Next up at UFC Vegas 69, we have William Knight taking on Marcin Prachnio. William Knight, 11-4 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off the TKO loss to Devin Clark. Marcin Prachnio, 15-6 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, and he's coming off that grappling loss to Felipe Lins, who we broke down earlier in his light heavyweight debut. This is an interesting fight to break down because William Knight, if you go check out his Instagram, he may be in the best shape any human being's ever been in the history of time.
Jesus, is that guy just... Nobody loves the gym more than that guy. That's the God honest truth, too.
It's absolutely nuts. The problem is that energy should be spent on honing in his MMA skills. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We're both from Connecticut.
He is a bodybuilder that sometimes fights MMA. I mean, that's not even a bodybuilder, but like a power lifter that sometimes fights. I mean, that's literally what he is.
You're right. He's what you would expect him to be with that physique. He's incredibly powerful. He's incredibly fast. He actually has pretty good cardio, which you would not expect with that physique, and he can wrestle. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he can wrestle. He can get those takedowns. He can work from there. The problem is he's a bit inconsistent. He showed up to that one fight 12 pounds overweight. I get that was short notice, but he didn't. He told everybody he was fine. He did all these things, showed up 12 pounds overweight, and then decided what he was going to do is curse everybody out, blame everybody else for being heavy, make his Instagram private. And he has like these legit emotional roller coasters before and after fights. And sometimes he shows up looking like a world beater. Sometimes he shows up and it's just like, my God, like, what are you doing here? And I can't trust that guy. He's fighting Marcin Prachnio, who at one point was a really big prospect. He came into the UFC undefeated. He dropped 3 fights in a row by first round knockout. He has over 400 combat karate wins. He has a really long list of accomplishments. He's an actual martial artist. His MMA style is, he does brawl, but it is technical. He'll get into a firefight. The problem is he doesn't really have the chin to be there. But I think he's going to be the better fighter in this matchup for sure. If he doesn't get put out by William Knight, which is a concern, of course, somebody that hits as hard as William, as fast as William, and Prachnio will get caught up in a firefight. I like Prachnio to win this fight. I just, as impressive as William Knight is, I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. And I feel like I can't trust him. And real quick, I post all of these graphics to Instagram. I tag the fighters in everything that we do, right? It'd be disrespectful not to. And I just get a DM, send me that picture. So then I sent it. It's like, hey, man, like, like it. Say, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's nice. Do you make this?
What? What did you
mind
just
if
say?
I use it?
What were you just talking about? I was just zoned out, just staring in William Knight's eyes, honestly.
I said I post all of these graphics to Instagram. I posted not this one, but this one to Instagram. And he DM'd us on Instagram saying, send me this picture.
Who, William Knight did?
Yeah, so I sent it, which is fine. But no, like, hey, this is nice. Oh, did you make this? Can I use? Nothing. Just send me this picture.
He said, send it, little bro. And you
meanwhile, did it too. Meanwhile, everybody else will take our picture and put it in their story, and then we get tagged in it. So, fuck that guy. I got 1 unit on Marcin Prachnio. I'm not even kidding. I got 1 unit on Marcin Prachnio. It is the riskiest for conservative Ange. Conservative Ange. I have a little
conservative Ange isn't saying fuck you to William Knight. I tell you that. Holy shit.
I have a lot of buyer's remorse. A lot of buyer's remorse on that bet.
Good.
Because Prachnio's chin is a bit worrisome, but I'm going to ride or die with it. He's going to be the better fighter. I think he gets it done, but don't tail that bet. Don't tail that bet.
Who would win in a grappling match between you and William? You're about the same weight, probably. Him off season.
Listen, I'm a fat mess right now, but also
not seeing the confidence I normally hear about your wrestling.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
He's a Connecticut wrestler. I'm a Connecticut wrestler. If I was in shape, no problems. No problems whatsoever. Manchester, that's the team he wrestled for. No problems at all. None. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
William, let's send the DM and let's get this going because I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I couldn't wait for him
way
to
too fat.
just fucking
I'm way too fat.
shoulder press you and throw you across the fucking mat.
Maybe
oh
before
my God, William, please, for the love of God, William, if you have to drop this fight to start training for Angelo, please.
He doesn't need to train for me.
All I want in my life is for you to accept this. We get this done, and you just absolutely put this dude in his place. Please, William. Please. Listen, we need it. We need it so hard. Oh
I don't disagree with you. And I would never fist fight this man.
No,
ever.
I'm just talking about straight wrestling, straight grappling, submissions, whatever it is.
Listen.
Oh, my God. I can't wait. He hits you in like a head and arm. He just squeezes that fucking bicep around your fucking. And your cheeks are just like.
That's assuming I get taken down. I got to lose a few pounds.
Oh my God! If you let's say you just take him down, dude, that guy is so strong. He would just go whoop and just sweep you, put you on your back, and just pop your head off of your shoulders.
I took down Brennan Ward twice in our grappling match at Nada. Twice.
15 years ago.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about today. I'm not saying last Wednesday.
Well, you're saying right now you can beat William Knight. That's what I'm saying.
No, I literally said I'd have to lose a few and get in shape. That's what I said. I mean, Brennan Ward. I don't want to mislead. I don't want to mislead people. Brennan Ward ultimately submitted me, but I took his ass down twice.
Listen.
Jacob,
yeah, I'll get to my breakdown. I'll make it short and sweet. And then after all that, neither one of these guys can be trusted at this point. Like I said, William Knight, loved the guy. He was a former lock of the week, and then he missed weight and stuff. It threw the whole lock of the week thing off. So I'm a little bit bitter about that. But I'm going to pick him in this matchup. I just think that his explosiveness is a perfect matchup versus Prachnio. Because Prachnio, as you mentioned, kind of that karate guy. But once he starts getting hit, I mean, that dude is one of the worst nails I've ever seen. He's not even a great hammer. And at least I know William can become a hammer because once he starts going, right, and this 1.5 line is feels like a trap because plus 150, under 1.5 feels like, oh yeah, let's jump on that. But I keep looking at it, and I think these guys might stare at each other. William is one of those guys that will just kind of wait and wait and wait. But once he starts going, and if Prachnio starts doing what he does, and that's just kind of shell up against the fence, William Knight's just going to lay it on this dude and put him out. He's not going to stop. So I'm going to go William Knight in this matchup. I think it's a good matchup for him. His explosiveness, his aggressiveness, and his power, once it starts laying on Prachnio, I think he folds up shop and goes home. I think that's the type of fighter he is. So I'm picking William Knight in this matchup. And that's what it is.
Yeah,
he's a favorite now too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have buyer's remorse on that bet for sure. And I did the bet with, I basically was like, he's the better fighter. Prachnio's the better. I think we both agree he's the better fighter, right? But then it comes down to physicality, speed, stuff like that. And it's like, I placed the bet. Then I kept looking at it after I placed it. And it's like, he does want to bang. If Prachnio wanted to stay on the outside and pick apart or would work, fight like Devin Clark did, great. But he doesn't. So I have a little buyer's remorse on that bet. Don't just tail it.
I mean, there was a moment, too, in that first round where Devin Clark... First of all, William Knight hung onto that guillotine for like 3.5 minutes, and I've never seen a bigger bicep in my life. It was the craziest thing. But I think there was a moment after that where he kind of put hands on Devin. Devin started running a little bit, which is kind of what Prachnio does when you get pressure. You saw that against Felipe Lins as well. And William Knight just charging. I mean, just throwing absolute
he's
bombs.
A dog. He's a dog.
And Devin Clark is much tougher in that situation. Knew how to react a lot more than Prachnio is going to react. So that's kind of how I see it. I think it's slow. William, boom. Prachnio kind of shows up, and William just fucking pounces on him.
I regret the bet. I regretted it almost immediately when I placed it. But when Jacob and I give you all of our bets for premium, those are literally our bets. Literally. They're not fake bets that we put up. Oh, maybe this. It's actually what we have done with our money. And that includes buyer's remorse and mistakes. I had a bet the other day. It was only supposed to be a half a unit. I submitted it. I didn't see my balance go down. So I hit it again. And then it went both times. And it was a full $100. I was like, shit.
I did that with the Bengals in the I think I did 250 and then 250 was like 500. I was like, oh and I think they lost too. But I was in Vegas, so I didn't really care at that point.
Well, and then I was like, listen, should I put it at the half? I'm like, I'm just gonna put it as what it is because if it hits, I want to take credit for it. So it is what it is. But anyway, in all seriousness, I do think William Knight can win this fight. He's got all the talent. and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but literally the private Instagram thing, missing weight by 12 pounds.
I mean, we don't even know if he's going to make weight. I mean, he's still. I mean, I know he's kind of like rededicated and stuff, but the first fight is against the scale, especially for a guy like this. So we'll see if he even can make weight at this point. Honestly.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes for sure. But the money is literally on Prachnio. Don't tail that. And it could be a really fun fight. So one of these dudes. Actually, what I did find, I put this in the Discord.
Here we go.
William Knight by knockout is plus 185. Marcin Prachnio by knockout is like plus 210.
215.
And that's how this fight's gonna. One of these dudes is gonna knock out the other. Somebody's like Marcin Prachnio hasn't knocked anybody else.
I mean, I could see
one of these dudes is gonna knock out the other or TKO. One of them is.
I'm saying William Knight by submission plus 1200.
Okay, and that's why I yell at you.
Well, I'm thinking Prachnio shells up, tries to shoot a takedown, and William, you saw he's happy to jump on that neck. He's been in grappling tournaments. I think he's been.
He's a good grappler. He was going to grapple Nick Newell at one point, but then that didn't materialize.
I think he might snatch a neck here, but we'll see.
We will see.